Hi guys, FrostFangs here, and welcome back once again to another video. Not sure exactly what this is going to be. It's going to be a mix of my face cam, gameplay footage, and B-roll footage, all mixed into one video that hopefully makes sense. So, I've been gone for a week. You probably didn't notice because I still had videos consistently going on the channel, and I also updated you guys on social media, so if you followed me on there, you'd already know what's going on. I was flown to North Carolina alongside a bunch of other YouTubers and Twitch streamers to play a new game that isn't out yet. It's coming out later this year, and there's an open beta, I'm pretty sure, on the 17th of this month. We're in May, just had to actually check. I was flown there a couple days ago to play it hands-on before anyone else, along with, obviously, these other people, which were all awesome, by the way. Going to get into that a little bit more further on into the video. There should be gameplay behind me. I'm watching it right now, so I have stuff to commentate on if I need to bring it up, and also to trigger my memory, because it was a couple days ago. 2 days traveling each way. That kind of sucked, but obviously I live in the middle of nowhere and I had to go all the way to North Carolina. Had to, wanted to, don't get me wrong. So we got to play the game. We also got to play a new game mode, which you should be seeing, called Blitzball. Don't think that was out at the time of, me recording the video. I don't think that was out to the public. I also don't think that the new character, Wraith, was open to the public. The game has had a few closed betas, alphas, open beta, alpha stuff. Obviously not an official release, that's why we went to play. We got to test out new character, new map. Would highly recommend picking this game up. It is free for the beta, I'm pretty sure. I don't think you have to pay to test the game. Once it releases, it will be paid. A lot of fun. Lots and lots of fun. I got to play it for 2 days, technically 3, but it was more of 2, properly playing it. Had my team, 5v5 it was when we played. So much fun. I tried every single class in the game because it is like a first-person shooter / hero shooter. I stuck to some characters that I like. One that you're probably seeing now, Vanguard, who had the minigun, ridiculously fun, and also the hand pulse that pushed people away. Favorite part of the entire character's kit. I also really enjoyed Wraith, the new one, who you should see footage of in a little bit, and a few other characters that I really like. I wanted to like Gunslinger. My aim just wasn't having it. Favorite though, probably Assassin. The movement in this game is crazy. You can sling around, jump around, do pretty much whatever you want to do, you can probably do. As you see right now, I'm just ruining a Juggernaut as Wraith. I remember this perfectly because he was super annoyed that he couldn't hit me. This was fun. Just being able to jump around and then give him the good old stabby stab. That is going to be changed because when we played it, you were able to fly around with it because there was no cooldown. That's what they said they're going to do. If they changed it a different way, then that's perfectly fine. But there was no cooldown on that lunge, so you could kind of just lunge around. That was a hell of a lot of fun. The game itself, I really don't have that many negative things I can say about it. There are a few bugs, a few things that need to be smoothened out, but obviously the game hasn't released yet, and we were there to kind of give feedback and play it. I wish I could stream it because we have between the 15th and 17th to stream it, but my internet frickin' sucks and is unreliable to the point of me not being able to do that. As you can see, guy there with the rocket launcher is flipping, can't remember the class name right now, but kicking ass with it because that is a pretty fun thing to do. Assassin shotgun there. Everybody I met at this event, the people that were developing the game, the people that were in control of organizing our flights, everybody I met there, you were awesome. So if you're watching this video, shout outs to you. If you're not, and you're just a normal viewer, the people that I met at the event were awesome. Every single one of them. Couldn't pick out a single asshole out of the group is I guess a blunt way of saying it. But best thing about Blitzball, Justin Roiland did a voice. It's in the game. You can hear it. It'll hopefully be on the background, or I'll cue it up now so you can hear it because I've got gameplay footage, I've got everything. I need to make this video coherent as possible, and that was one thing that really made me laugh. Don't know how many people got it, but obviously I'm a big fan of Rick and Morty, so hearing that voice in there, doing the voice for Blitzball and a load of other stuff, cool as hell. Cool as hell. Characters themselves, there was I think there was 9 when we played, and there was one that was locked. That was the 10th. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty bad at counting because I'm not an adult. Well, I am technically now, but we got to play all the characters. I tested them all out, including the new one, Wraith, who I'm going to talk about specifically a little bit because obviously they're new. They were all fun, but there were some that I gravitated towards because they fit my playstyle more. Assassin was crazy. The dual blades and the shotgun, ridiculously fun. I actually really enjoyed Wraith a hell of a lot. Didn't pick him that much because we, most of the time, already had a Wraith on our team. There were 20 of us total, 20 content creators, influencers, whatever term you want to use. There were 20 of us there, and there were 4 teams, which I think were consistent during the entire thing because it was 2 days to travel each way for me, and then in the middle there were 3 days, or 2 and a bit. So I played the game for 2 days properly, and from my short experience with it, I absolutely loved it. I played Assassin mostly, Vanguard, Wraith. Didn't play Battle Medic, although we had pretty much a designated Battle Medic on our team. It was so much fun. Like, even if you didn't enjoy the game, even if you didn't like it, you didn't like the way it looked, you didn't like the way it played, I don't see how you could call the game unfun, because it was so much fun. There wasn't any, like, competitive stuff that we talked about. I don't know if there's going to be competitive in the game when it launches. I'm pretty sure there will be. So much fun. Just to, like, dance around the movement in the game is so freaking fluid. I couldn't wait after the end of the first day to get my hands back on it, to go to bed, wake up, meet everybody, because everybody was awesome, and play the game with my team against other people. It was so much fun. I actually played pretty well, because there were open/closed alphas/betas before this event. I wasn't accepted into any of them. I applied to, I think, 2, and was denied entry to both, which hurts me a little bit, but it's all fine, because I was flown out there to play it. It's so much fun. I'm trying to figure out words that I can use to explain this. There are a few bugs, a few things that needed to be ironed out, but that's the only thing I can say negative about it. And by the time this game releases, which will be later in the year, which is what I was told by one of the people there, those will probably be fixed. Because the game's still in beta, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's, like, scheduled to release for a couple months. If I'm wrong, again, I'll hopefully have a correction on screen. It was definitely a thing that I enjoyed. This has been, they were possibly the happiest days I'd had in a long, long time. Everybody there was great. Talking to everybody was great. Playing the game was just as damn good. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was, honestly, because I hadn't played it before. I'd applied, I didn't get in. Some people had played it before, and they said it changed quite a bit since when they played it previously. I never got the chance to, and this was my first experience with it. And after 2 days, I knew the characters, I knew who I liked, I knew how I was going to play, and I did well. I actually came in most of our games like the second player out of the 10, most of the time. One guy above me, Fantasy, he was a challenger for sure. I don't really know what else I could say. He kicked ass. I don't know if he's watching this video. Legend though. I met so many people there. Everyone was so damn nice. I'm looking forward so much to going to anything similar in the future. I was super nervous about going, and I wasn't sure if I was because I'm a little sissy, but I'm so glad I did. Best time, I could say in my life, but I can't predict the future. Best time so far is how I'm going to word it. Best couple days I've ever had. Really enjoyed it. Playing the game was great. I'm trying to think of more things that I can say about it. I'm going to play some footage whilst I'm recording this right now on my screen so that it jogs my memory and I have things that I can reference to. I've done the update part. I'm now trying to focus on the game and make sense of everything in my head, because if you haven't seen it before, a lot of what I've said probably won't make sense. It was just the combat was great. It didn't feel like I was ever screwed out of, like, a fight. It felt every time I died that it was pretty much my fault and that I couldn't blame anyone on it, which is a good thing, but also a bit of a bad thing. I loved the fact that there was consistent, like, I could call it boxing, but that doesn't feel like the right term. Like, dancing in between, like, how am I going to word this? It was like, it wasn't boxing, it was dancing. It was like, I'd do something, the enemy would do something, and whoever was best at doing the thing would win the fight. It wasn't like, oh, I did something first, I win the fight. No, it was like, whoever was better felt like they won. Health, that was one thing a lot of people weren't sure about. There were originally only health stations not too long ago, but there's also health vials that you can pick up around the map. The game reminded me a hell of a lot of Unreal Tournament in the best way possible, because it was just like, it just felt so good to play. I don't know how to explain it. It's right now, honestly, hands down, one of my top games this year. I know I can't really say that because I only played it for 2 days. I don't really know how it's going to hold up in the long run, but currently it's at the top. Like, not at the top because I've got like Smite Pounds and a load of other games I played this year, but it's on the list of my favorite games. If someone was to ask me, this would be on that list. It was an experience because it was in an atmosphere with 50, well, not 15 because that's excluding my team. It was us 5 and then 15 other creators all playing this game, all having a laugh, all getting super annoyed when you get outplayed. Like, that just happened. Like, I just got ruined there. As you can see, my ragdoll effect flying around. Hopefully I've queued that up properly when I edit this video, but there are also these areas with 0G, which are so much fun. A little bit frustrating sometimes, but overall, crazy fun. There's essentially no gravity, so you can do whatever. Two things that I don't think I got footage of. Inspecting weapons you can do by hitting I, and it looks really cool. I don't think I have any footage of that because we were told on the second day, or I was told on the second day, and I didn't realize you could. I didn't even try, so that was my bad. Looks really awesome. There are skins for characters and for guns and everything. They've not got a massive development team in comparison to other studios, but the people that work there all seemed incredibly passionate about what they do, which I think is what matters when you're developing a game, because it's technically art. I know a lot of people stray away from calling it art, but it is. You have to be passionate about what you're making, or else what you're making kind of turns out to be shit. I really am trying to find ways to express things now. I'm trying to find ways to express what I want to express in this mess of a video. When the game is in beta, again, on I think the 17th or the 18th, I'm going to be playing it again. I'm going to probably make videos about it because it's video worthy, in my opinion. I don't know if you're going to get the same feeling through video. From what I watched, because I did watch some videos before I went, I didn't get the same feeling as when I played it. I felt a lot slower when I watched videos on it than when I played it, because it was crazy hectic when you're actually playing the match. Hopefully my video gets that through to you. The game is pretty much persistently active. There aren't any moments where you're just like walking 15 seconds to do your actual like objective or to find someone to kill. It was like 3 seconds, or you can use your mobility stuff to get there real fast, and you're good. My experience with the game so far, I really enjoy it. I cannot wait to play more. If you have questions, please do leave me the questions in the comments, because I'll be reading them. I'll be replying to them like I always do. Don't know if I get to them all, but I try my best to read and reply to as many as possible. It's just great. Like the graphics on it are really, really pretty. The game is not ugly in any way. Every single texture looks lovely. I really am trying to think of things that I can say negatively, or say positively. Combat Medic, incredibly satisfying to use. Probably a little bit OP currently when we went to play it, because you were able to have multiples of characters per team. So the meta that evolved out of the 2 days of us playing it seemed to be double Combat Medic, because the way you heal is you just hit E, and then you throw like an orb onto something, like a little robot guy onto them. It gives them a shield and it heals them, and that shield applies instantly as soon as you pretty much as soon as you hit E, which is really annoying as some of the characters that are really bursty. But we talked about that pretty extensively when we actually got to the event. It was just fun. I'm trying to think of like a way I can rate the game, and it would just be fun. There was definitely skill involved. Like if you suck at the game, you're gonna know that you suck at the game, because you get a huge thing that comes up telling you you're dead. Also, the thing with the kick, there was like a melee on every character, which I like, because I kind of get really frustrated with games when I play a character who can't melee, because it feels like if I've got a gun and someone's really close to me, why can't I just lift my leg up? You can do it in this game, and when you kill someone with your kick, because it deals more damage than you'd think, they get a lovely like boot mark go across the screen. Did happen to me a couple times. Took my ego down a couple pegs, but doing it to other people felt great as well, because there's ragdoll. So when you kill someone, there's like a really cool ragdoll effect with the Vanguard. If you've got the jetpack and you're like going through the map and someone kills you, you just keep going as a dead body. I got so many good vibes on this game, and I could compare it to so many other things, but it doesn't feel right comparing it to other things, because it doesn't feel like those things. It looks and it can play, I suppose, like some other games, but it felt very unique. That's the word I'm looking for, unique. So the game mode Blitzball is essentially, there's a ball that spawns in the middle with a shield. Once the shield's off it, you pick it up, you have to try and either put it on theirs, or like, oh, you have to try and put it on their thing. You only get a certain amount of time to hold it, and if you hold it for too long, then you do just blow up. There's someone trying to stand in the health thing, getting absolutely ruined by me. Oh god, I was just trying to shred face with Vanguard. It was so much fun. It was just so much fun. There were two other game modes, Turf War, which is similar to Domination, but then once you cap everything, then it resets. It's the first to a certain amount of points. You get a point per objective. And I think my favorite game mode was Overcharge, where essentially you get a battery, you have to charge it to 100%. It charges either in your base or their base. And once it's at 100%, you have to take it to your spawn, essentially, and hold it there for 20 seconds. Or the enemy can do it, and then the thing resets. So it's the first to essentially hold the objective for 20 seconds without letting anybody touch it. It's really, really tough. But when it works, it works. If you have questions, please do let me know, because I've most likely done a terrible job of explaining this, but I'm going to be making more videos on it anyway. So I'm not being like ridiculously careful about what I say, because I'm going to be making more videos on it. As you can see there, another person just jumping around the map trying to cap the point. And I think that's roughly summed up everything that I wanted to talk about. I've got some more footage playing in the background now, hopefully, of Wraith just demonstrating how fast you can get around the map. You can just get around so quickly. I had a freaking explosive knife you can throw. How cool is that? That you can shoot it to blow up where it blows up on its own. You can even stick it to people. It's just stabby stab. This is Overcharge. This is the game that I was talking about earlier. That's why you're seeing this clip, because that's one more thing that I didn't mention. The control. If you hit control on your keyboard, you shoot behind you. How cool is that? It gives you momentum. With some of the characters, it's less noticeable, like with this little pew pew SMG. It's not as noticeable with like the grenade launcher or the rocket launcher. Shooting behind you when you're in 0G, or even when you're jumping, gives you such a big boost that it feels great. And it's always like a decision. Do I use it? Do I not use it? When you do use it, it ends up being really useful. But then you use your ammo. So if you get caught into a fight straight after that, you can screw yourself over. So you can't just like spam behind you all the time. It doesn't make sense to do that. Can't wait to get my hands back on the game. Gonna be making more videos about it. If you have questions, let me know. I'm hoping that I've done a decent job of explaining everything. The game is currently PC only, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna do it for console eventually. They didn't say yes, they didn't say no, but I'm hoping that they do, because I know a lot of people on console that would also enjoy this game, because it is just a lot of fun. This is me playing as Enforcer, if I've got the name right. It's a standard person with like the EMP, which is really strong. It essentially disables all abilities. The standard, like, just assault rifle gun. But I found out after recording this, because this is footage from the first day, that your secondary item at close range is really effective. I don't know if I switched it out there. I really should have. It's essentially like a little taser gun that's really, really strong. Just so much fun. You speed up everything. So this is like the counter to Wraith. It's the opposite. When you hold shift, you speed up yourself and everyone around you. It's like a mini zero-gravity speed-up time thing. EMP proved to be very strong. Everyone has ultimates as well that are on a timer. If you look where it says Q, that's your ultimate. Everybody used those pretty much as often as you could. I ended up reserving them a little bit too much towards the first couple days, but later on I realized that I need to just use it when I have it up, and it proved to be really useful. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. I will see you all very, very soon. I hope I've been able to make this somewhat of a coherent video. If not, I've let you down and I apologize. As always, stay frosty.